What's good? What's good? This DJ Cree with another video. Your boy Terrence Howard is on the Joe Rogan's podcast and finally got his wish to be in the presence of real scientists or mathematicians. Your boy Eric Weinstein. I'm not too sure what he is, but he's definitely a smart nerd. But I ain't gonna say no more. We're gonna get into this video because it's hella funny, man. He really puts Terrence Howard in his place. All right, here we go.
Terrence is bringing cool stuff from the world of geometry. It's a proof, effectively, that people don't know where it's coming from.
Wow.
A lot of this is real as geometry. If you look at the thing that he calls the Terrenton, right?
The tetrian. The tetrian is the
tetrian.
The tetrian is just
so the tetrian that is the thing that is closest to us, the black thing that is closest to us.
That one.
So he then starts to make noises about it, and he says things that I don't love, which are that those faces he associates with the electric field, and the vertices, which sometimes he calls vortices, and sometimes I'm not quite sure. He associates with the magnetic field.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a clue why he says the next thing, which is, and because the number of magnetic and the number of electric things are balanced, they cancel out, and therefore it's the weak force. And to me, it's just like super cool stuff, and then suddenly turns into horseshit.
That is crazy. Super cool stuff that turns into horseshit. I cannot make this up. This is crazy. Eric Weinstein is constantly disrespecting Terrence Howard. Y'all got to check out the whole podcast. It's crazy. But basically what he's saying is Terrence knows a little bit about everything. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. And he's putting it in the hobble-gosh together to not make any sense overall. Let's continue.
Listen, why? Here we have those two tetrians on the end. They both have equal poles, 4 electric poles and 4 magnetic poles, according to how I see it. Where magnetism is spinning off of the tips, the vortices, because it's no longer able to maintain that center space of spinning centripetally.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What brought you to that conclusion?
With what?
The way you're describing the energy involved in this.
Well, anytime you look at electricity.
Joe is nice. I'd have lost it right there and there. He said, I don't know what he's talking about. Man, I would have lost it, yo. I would have been laughing so hard. But I'm going to be honest with you. Terrence Howard is a smart dude. Let's not take that away. But the way he understands science, I think, is the problem.
That was one of the things that Victor Schauberger was talking about. Electricity it's when water starts to spin to the right, it cools down. That's the natural nature of electricity. Electricity is colder. It flows better in the coldest environment. So as it's cooling down, as it's spinning down to a higher point, trying to get to that higher point, that's the highest point there. It's looking for the highest density. That's the north. North is always the highest density. South, no matter where you are, south is always away from the higher point when you're talking about universally, not talking about geographically on the earth. North is always seeking a higher position. South is always seeking a lower position. That's based upon stuff that Walter Russell talked about, based upon the stuff that Victor Schauberger talked about. But it's a problem with the definition of the words, the terms.
Right, but your description of electromagnetic force and magnetism, like what is happening that it's bringing you to this conclusion that you're so specifically saying that something that you literally can't even see with the human eye is happening. Yeah, very clearly.
I'm saying 4 magnetic fields.
Right.
Hold on. I hate to keep stopping, but Joe is asking him to specifically explain how he came to the conclusion. and you're going to see Terrence Howard still talk in word salad. Now, Terrence Howard does have an understanding, but I believe his understanding is part not accurate to how science works.
Are pushing in on that area.
I don't see magnetic fields. I see those spheres.
Would be magnetism. What does magnetism do? It expands out.
What brings you to the conclusion that electric...
Well, let's say radiative field. Let me use the term radiative
Do you know what we think electricity and magnetism are?
You think that it's the same thing?
No.
Part of the same force. They have them coupled together.
Jamie, could I ask you to find a Faraday?
So basically, in a nutshell, man, I love Terrence Howard, but man, we need to rethink, reapply, and redo the math. And I think that's Eric Weinstein's strength. I think is in math, or maybe it's science. I don't know. But you can tell, like, the principles that are used for math and science. Terrence Howard knows, but I think the guys that he's studying have a different interpretation of words, of the way things move and work. And according to Eric Weinstein, so I watched the whole thing. According to Eric Weinstein, these are not principles that is accepted because you cannot prove that these things work in the actual world. And hats off to Terrence Howard, but Eric Weinstein was killing them. He was killing them the whole time, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Terrence Howard, I love you, but man, get some more studying, man. Learn both. Learn regular mathematics and science, and then, you know, try to incorporate what you think you've learned over time. But that's just my opinion of it, man. Still, hats off to Terrence Howard. He is a smart dude, no doubt. But I think he was putting a lot of things together that he could not, like, prove, or it was nonsensical and stuff like that. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do y'all think this guy tripping, or you think Terrence Howard is right? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. More content is on the way. Peace.